Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another trade recap. Coming in today here, I ended up taking one trade, got stopped at break even, and then delivered to my TP. Today was definitely one of the harder days mentally, but again, since we've been literally growing mentally so much that it's like whatever, and it's just like another day in the office. You know, we've been through this before, and instead of acting on our emotions and trying to prove something to ourselves, we are just walking away and we're saying, you know what, like, it's not a day in the office. I've seen many, many more opportunities, and I'm blessed to see what the future holds for me, right? Because I was able to see this now, and I'm just gonna see it more and more in the future. So, and this time I might have gotten stopped at break even, but long term wise, I'm gonna win more than I lose, or win more than I get stopped at break even. So, with that being said, let's just kind of go over the trade recap, and then we're gonna go over like my confluences for the trade, and then at the end of the video, we're gonna go over like how we can grow mentally and build more conviction and trust ourselves based off of this this trading session, right? Because this trading session was very important. So coming into the day here, I obviously yesterday price action, we had the SMT here that got put in from the previous week, and then we tapped into the rejection block, closed above, creating the mitigation. Again, so coming into today, I want to see price tap into discount of this mitigation range. What the price ended up doing, we came to this range, put in an SMT in equilibrium with a higher time frame, again in a discount too. So from there, I just wanted to see my sweep, and of course we got the sweep. And again, if you look at the daily profile of the day, it looked like seek and destroy, right? So coming into the day here, what did we see price do on the higher time frame? I saw an hourly CISD. See these down close candles? I swept the low and put in the SMT. We closed above it, creating a change in state of delivery. It looks like price wants to go higher. Again, if you go on the lower time frame, on the 30 minute and the 15 minute, we had a breaker, right? So again, I grabbed the low to the high. Again, we had data highs at 8:30. We came to equilibrium. We have my range. We sweep sell side, tap into a higher time frame. Now all I'm looking for is, again, if you look at this real quick, we swept this 30 minute low, and then we got this 1 minute IFVG right here. So I entered twice here actually. My first entry I hesitated, so my fill was like all the way up here, and then price wicked a little bit, and I closed it for 130 loss. But I wanted a better fill, so I didn't care, and I felt confident. So I entered again right around like here. It was like my fill was here initially, and then I entered, it was like around here. Okay, went break even here. Again, and then again I hesitated because it was before 9:30. Again, all my confidence were there: my range, my equilibrium, higher time frame, my sweep, and inversion. I hesitated because it was before 9:30, but this looks so A plus in my opinion. Again, I took a partial at the intermediate term high, so covering my loss, not my loss, but the trade that I manually closed, the 130 loss, right? That I manually closed, and then price ended up stopping me at break even. So I ended up only ending $17 in profit, but I don't really care. I count this as a break even day. Price stopped me at break even, and then it literally delivered to my drawn liquidity at 9:30 open. And in this moment, like, I did feel a little annoyed because of it, but I was quick to forget about it because I realized this, I've seen this happen to me before, you know what I mean? And instead of acting on this emotion, I decided to just trust myself and say, you know what, like, stuff like this will happen. And it could have been my biggest trading day today, right? I could dwell on that thought, or I can say, you know what, like, bro, I'm getting closer and closer, man. Like, I'm getting closer and closer. I'm really about to do this, bro. And instead of feeling so bad and, oh my God, this will get me closer to where I want to be, now I miss out on the trade, blah, 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 like all this extra nonsense that we tell ourselves as traders of and then there's like this thought that I had. I'm like, if I didn't hesitate, my fill would be like perfect over here. But if you look at literally on M&Q, it's so funny. If you look on M&Q, my fill, I still would have gotten stopped at break even. It's so funny. Like, even if I would have clicked it as soon as I would have gotten literally bottom ticked, bro. And that price would have delivered, right? So instead of me feeling like bad about it, I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. Like, I don't feel anything towards it, It's nothing that I could do here. You know, it is what it is. Doesn't matter. And even if I wouldn't have gotten it, it's just one tick. It would have been luck. It's like the stuff that I can't control. So I don't really care. I just told myself, you know what? Instead of acting on this, this is where I grow. And I told myself, all right, this is how we're going to grow. How are we going to grow from this lesson? So I took a step back and I was like, all right, do I know what I'm doing? Yes. Did I follow my rules? Yes. When I manually closed, did I feel like I broke my rules? No, it felt like I hit a gray zone, but I wanted a better fill. What if the trade would have lost? I would have been down 1%. Okay, cool, that's fine. I would have ended the negative 1%. I don't care because I follow my rules. Was I a little nervous that it was before 9:30? Yeah, but I saw the manipulation. I saw the inversion. I thought it was pretty clear. I figured 9:30 would go to the draw. And guess what? It did, right? Gave me the inversion. I took it with confidence. Bang, we won. Is it every day that I'm going to take a trade at 9:30 or before? No, but when it's clear, I'm going to be confident. So I know what I'm doing. I have a playbook. I know what to do in different scenarios. And I acted based off of what the market showed me. Today is just not meant to be. So, okay. What now? We move on, right? This is just another day in the office. We have our playbook. We know what we're doing. And we're not triggered by this. This is like cool. Like yeah, it bothered me, but again, I focused on growing mentally. So it didn't bother me that much because I've been in this situation before. And I know that reacting with emotions don't get you anywhere. Like, I'm not saying to not be emotional. Yes, be emotional. Like, you can write down your emotions and when you feel nervous and all this shit. Yes, I'm not saying not to do that. I'm just saying don't act on it because I know from experience, acting on emotions don't get you anywhere, bro. It doesn't get you anywhere. When you're angry, you can't see clearly. When you're mad, when you're upset, you just can't focus. So on a day like this, it's just like, okay, like, yeah, I this could have been my biggest trading day. Again, this would have been a 3K day for me, my biggest trading day ever. And it's not. And I'm like, okay, like, what am I going to do about it? Nothing. I'm not actually going to do nothing. So I moved on. Price ended up going lower. We swept south side. So let me just kind of clear this up now. Moving on. So at this point, I'm like, all right, cool. What did I do? Adjust my range. I was like, okay, like I'm like, as long as this range holds, I'm game. Price up the sell side, put it at the SMT. And then what did we do? Where is it? Okay, right here. Put in the SMT inside of equilibrium. Again, the range is still holding. Equilibrium is still holding. Higher time frame still holding. Sweep and SMT here at the lows. Bang. I just wanted this 2-minute inversion, which is the highest time frame. There was a 3-minute, but the 2-minute looked clear. 2-minute didn't inverse. This would have been my break even. Either way, I would have gone stopped at break even and delivered either way. And then my journal liquidity got hit. So I was like, all right, like, cool. No trading day today. Break even. Right? And that's it. I was so focused on data highs and London session high. Those were my personal targets on the day. And again, the reason why I don't want to keep trading because we're in equilibrium. We're in discount and then we're in premium. So we're just in this range playing ping pong, right? And I wanted to see a break through this range. This is where I actually want to see a break and go higher to the external model here because we're in a market maker buy model. But that's why I didn't take this. So this is 30-minute. I'm more bullish here, so I don't want to take this. And again, we have all my context here. 15-minute sweep. Again, we have my range, equilibrium, higher time for PD array, sweep of liquidity, close back in the range, highest time for inversion, targeting what? The 30-minute unfilled. Again, why am I not taking this? Well, one is because the 30-minute doesn't make much sense here. Like, again, and there's no lower time frame. There's no 15-minute. There's no 5-minute. Like, if you look at the 4, 3, like, there's no intermediate term low. Like, that's clean. There's just, this structure here doesn't look clean. Especially with what we saw this morning. Nah, bro. Like, this doesn't look clean at all. So, again, I didn't take it, and I'm happy I didn't take it. It would have been a break-even day. Again, break-even trade regardless, again. So, yeah, again. I'm hungry. With that being said, guys, again, pretty simple trading day, break-even day. So, we didn't trade on Friday. We didn't trade on Monday. and today break even, and then tomorrow FOMC at 2 p.m., which most likely probably not gonna be anything, and then we have Juneteenth on Thursday, and then Friday I work, so I don't trade. So again, this week might be a week where I only took one trade, and that's it, and I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. The reason being is because it took me so long to be able to just not take a trade, like just take one trade a week, bro. Oh my god, like I never thought it was possible for me. But then once you start realizing and focusing on literally the process and focusing on just context and waiting for it to be undeniably clear every single time, you know not to mess around, because the markets don't forgive and they don't care about your feelings, bro. And that's the thing where it's like, I saw this 2 minute here and I saw it hit break even, then I was like, oh, the 3 minutes still looks good though. And we have equal highs. But then what did we do? On ES, we SMT'd it. And I'm like, damn. Now, like, but I do believe the draw is higher. But why do I want to take it? Because this could SMT and then we roll over the day before FOMC. So we leave that for low resistance for the next day. So I'm like, I low-key don't want to take that. I'm like, although I am very bullish though. I am extremely bullish. And I was like, no, my break even got hit. SMT's there. I'm not going to take this. Again, I didn't take it. And I'm happy I didn't take it. Again. And that's it. I want it to be undeniably clear every time. If the 5 minute would have closed above here, it would have had to close above. I wouldn't have cared about the SMT. I would have longed it regardless. I would have longed it literally right here. Stop at the order block. TP 1 year. 50% comes off, and then I probably would have gonna stop at break even. So it would have been like right here, long, stop here, and then 50% come off. I would have made whatever that is. So like 375, half of that plus that. So yeah, I would have made 370 something, probably 380, 400 bucks on this trade, and then stopped at break even, and that's it. Again, not every day is gonna be a banger winning day. Again, this is the full trade recap. I don't really have anything else to say. I hope I was able to explain why I didn't want to take this 30 minute. I hope I explained it well. Again, it's just not clear. I expect price to deliver higher, and there's no like lower time frame gaps here. It's just like the 4 minute, but then there's no intermediate term low. There's no like 15 minute. Like it doesn't look like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I always ask myself, would I bet $1 million on it? And it's like, hell no. Would I bet $1 million on this one? Hell yeah. Would I bet $1 million on this one? Hell yeah. But again, I have to break even everything. I'm not betting no $1 million on nothing, bro. But yeah, again, good trading day. I'm gonna stop yapping, bro. I'm tired. I don't want to talk anymore. I literally want to drink coffee and get going with my day. With that being said, I'll see you guys next video. If you guys ended up taking a trade today, leave in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for FOMC. Okay. Other than that, peace.